What's up, YouTube? It's the Action Figure Grader, and today is Friday, so it's that time of the week. Time for a what to buy video. Before I dig in any further, I need to say thank you to Laugh It Up Fuzzball 70. He sent me another super for my video that y'all seem to like about shill bidding. Laugh It Up Fuzzball 70, thank you so much for the super. You've sent like 3 or 4 or 5 now. And it's just really generous of you guys. Thanks as always to my Patreon supporters. They get my videos 24 hours early access. And I just appreciate all the channel support. As always, for the items I'm going to cover in this what to buy video, these are all items for sale on eBay, and I think they're all auctions. And in the video description, there will be eBay affiliate links. And most of these are still really low in terms of the auction prices. If you want to use those links to put in an early bid while it's still low, and then if you ended up winning it later on, it does help out the channel at zero cost to you. And I know a lot of you guys do that. You guys put in an early bid just to start tracking it, and then later on you put in the winning bid as the auction's winning, and it helps out the channel immensely. And I just appreciate all of you guys that do that, because it doesn't cost you anything, but it's a great way to help support this channel and continue to get hopefully daily videos. All right, we've got vintage collection, we've got some vintage Kenner stuff, as well as some comics. There are some incredible items, and this is just the tip of the spear. This is an unbelievable lot of items that are ending at auction over the next week or so. First of all, we've got some graded vintage collection, and this one ends Sunday morning at 11:16 Eastern. This is an AFA 90 Han Solo Indoor. What a great card art on that one. Uncirculated 9.0. So this one is at $83. It ends Sunday again in the morning, but that's a beautiful card back. Here are some other heaters that are at auction. All of these are uncirculated and very high grade. We've got an uncirculated 9.25 chopper, VC304, and this is KE Toys and Games. I've bought from this seller in the past. He's got others available, or she have got others available that are all at auction. I'm just showing you a few of them, but go check out their other inventory under sellers other items right here. So this one's at 26 bucks, still really cheap. This one ends Tuesday at 11:15 a.m. Eastern time. So that's chopper in an uncirculated 9.25. They also got Pre-Vizsla in a 9.25 uncirculated. That one's at $56. And again, that one ends Tuesday. Here's the big one. This is an uncirculated 9.5 graded Darth Revan VC301. What a beauty. That one's going to go for a lot of money. I would guess at least $200. But a 9.5 uncirculated is about as good as it gets with AFA. It's really hard to get anything higher than that. And that's a beautiful, obviously, a beautiful example with the Knights of the Old Republic logo there, and then just great card art on that one for Darth Revan. So that was at 80 bucks. All 3 of those in Tuesday morning, and he does have others available at auction. Next up, we've got some beautiful comics. Before we dig into the vintage Kenner, there are 2 different Star Wars 42s in a CGC 9.8 with white pages that are both at auction. So this one obviously is the first full appearance of Yoda, as well as the first appearance of Boba Fett, first cameo appearance of Dengar and Bosk. Pretty incredible book, and it's a grail. This one is a direct edition, and this one ends Sunday evening at 9:21 Eastern time. Beautiful colors on that one. It's freshly graded, as you can tell by the certification number there, but that is a beauty. Again, it's at $315. And then here's another one. This one ends Monday at 9:16 Eastern time. Same book, same grade, same everything. This one, it maybe is just slightly miswrapped. It's very slight, though. You can see at the bottom a little bit of white showing there. So I would expect this one that is more perfectly wrapped, that ends Sunday, to go for more than what this one goes for. So if you're aiming for a less expensive one, aim for the one that ends on Monday, and you'll have the Sunday data to kind of fall back on. So, let's say this one ends probably, let's call it $1,100. I don't know what the number is going to be, but somewhere between $900 and $1,100. So whatever that one ends for, aim for just slightly less, maybe $100 less on the one that ends on Monday. So both of those are beautiful, though, and I've been very happy with either one of those in my collection. Very nice. Next up, we've got a Return of the Jedi, issue number 1. Great cover there. This is the adaptation of Return of the Jedi. It's a great cover with Lando Skiff, Leia in her slave outfit, and then obviously Luke Skywalker in his Jedi Knight outfit. And this one's a 9.8 with white pages. It should sell for fairly low. Star Wars books in general, now's a great time to buy graded Star Wars comics because the market is really soft for them. And if there are any kind of holes in your collection or particular books that you like, now's a really good time to aim for auctions for all of these. But this one's only at $32 right now. I would expect it to sell for $125-ish, somewhere in that ballpark. Maybe $150 at the top end. This one ends in 7 days and 10 hours on February 28th at 9:03 Eastern time. So right now it's really cheap, but keep an eye on that one. I think this same seller also has a Return of the Jedi number 4 that features Darth Vader in a CGC 9.8 with white pages. So if you're looking for either one of those, that seller has both of those at auction. Next up, we've got Daniel over at One Stop Comic Shop. He has a couple of beautiful autographed comics that I wanted to show you because I think that Mark Hamill and Carrie Fisher are kind of the two really big signatures, as well as Harrison Ford. Those big three, those go for a lot of money. I think the very next tier down and ones that'll continue to go up in value just because of their love by the Star Wars community are Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen. And what I've noticed is books signed by those two actors, Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen, have really started to creep up in price. And I think that there will be a good long-term investment, in my opinion. While they are more plentiful, obviously, than especially Mark Hamill, Carrie Fisher, or Harrison Ford, because those three, obviously, Carrie Fisher is no longer with us. Harrison Ford and Mark Hamill, they do not sign a lot of items. Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen, they do sign more items, but they're still on the kind of rare side. They're not as common as some of the other kind of characters or actors that are out there. And as a result, I think these books will continue to go up in value long term. So right now we've got Ewan McGregor's signed John Tyler Christopher action figure variant. That one's at $202. That one also ends February 28th. And then One Stop Comic Shop also has the Anakin Skywalker. This one is signed by Hayden Christensen. That one's also at $202.50, and that one also ends February 28th. So I think if you're gonna pick actors that are not that huge, really expensive tier, Mark Hamill, Carrie Fisher, Harrison Ford, these are your next best bets in terms of actors signed, signed items, signed comics, whatever it is. But I just thought both of those were really nice books that were worth sending over because they're at auctions and they end February 28th. Next up, we've got a loose, complete Yak Face with the Yak Face coin. So this is going to go for a ton of money because obviously the coin came on the Power of the Force version of Yak Face. It's already at $810, and the primary culprit for that is because of the coin. The coin is very, very pricey to get for Yak Face. So this one's at auction. This one ends Saturday evening at 10 p.m. Eastern time. But that's a beauty if you wanted to get this and get it custom encased by AFA or CAS. That is a beauty and very, very expensive, but still a much more affordable option than buying a Power of the Force Yak Face mint on card, which will set you back 5 figures, $10,000 plus sometimes. So that one is a beauty, and that one's at auction. There's also a Yak Face, speaking of, AFA 85 old case style. So this one is at $580 and ends Sunday evening at 9:40 Eastern time. So older case style, again, we've talked about this in past videos. This would be a good item to get. Wait for AFA to open back up for loose grading, which they say they're going to be doing sometime soon. We'll see. But you could send this back in for grading with a brand new case style if you wanted to. Obviously, it's fine just as is, but this would be a good candidate for that, and it would probably help the value of it long term. But that's an AFA 85 Yak Face. That one's at $580 and ends Sunday evening. Same seller also has a blue Snaggletooth with an older case, although this one does have the dowels around the neck. This is the toe dent version of Snaggletooth in an AFA 85. That one's at $700. That one also ends Sunday evening. Next up, Brian's Toys has a couple of items. We're going to show one loose graded and one mint on card, but he does have some other items for sale at auction that you want to check out by checking out his other items. This is an AFA 85 Plus Dianoga Trash Monster. Really nice example, high grade. That one's at $139.50, and that one ends Sunday afternoon at 4:49 Eastern Time, and we'll get back to him with the mint on cards in a second. Next up, we've got a Kenner Canada version of Leia Organa in her combat poncho from Endor. This is a clear blister as well. So one of the tougher ones to find clear blister, you can see La Guerre des Étoiles on the back. This is the 77 back A Kenner Canada version. It is a punched example with no price sticker, and it is an AFA 80, again with a clear blister. That one's only at $106.50 right now. I would expect that one to sell for some, probably $400 minimum, if not higher, because it is a clear blister. So again, that one's at $106.50. That one ends Saturday evening at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, and that's at auction. This seller has a number of beautiful Power of the Force Last 17 mint on card at auction. I did not include all of their items. This is the tip of the iceberg, but go ahead and check out his other items. But he's got a bunch of them for sale at auction. He's got the Imperial Gunner unpunched example, one little scratch by the hanger tab, but overall probably an 80 grade. That one's at $365, and I think all of these in Friday evening. So just remember, if you're watching this video, these videos go out Friday afternoon. For these specific last 17 mint on cards, they're going to be ending very shortly after this video goes live. So be prepared to bid accordingly. But there's the Imperial Gunner. He also has the Luke Skywalker in his Imperial Stormtrooper disguise. We all know how expensive this one has gotten recently. It's very moved up in it's very much moved up in price. This one is a punched example though, so hopefully that holds the price down just a little bit, but you can probably expect to pay a lot of money for this one. I would wager it's probably going to sell somewhere between $900 and $1,100. That's my guess. I think this one easily gets an 80 grade from the grading companies. Right now it's at $720. That one ends again Friday at 11 p.m. Eastern Time. Here's the big one. This is an R2-D2 last 17 pop-up lightsaber. Unpunched example, no price sticker, very light wear to it. I think, again, it does have a crease below the blister. You can see a soft crease right there. So that's probably going to keep the price down a little bit on this one. It probably at best gets a 75 or 75 plus would be my guess on the grade for this one. But again, we know how expensive this one is. This is a very, very pricey mint on card. So this might be a good budget-friendly option for those of you that can live with a 75-ish kind of grade R2-D2 pop-up saber. Unpunched example, very nice, presents a lot nicer because it is a soft crease at the bottom below the blister. That one's at $563, so we'll see how that one ends up. Next up, this seller always has really nice high-grade items available. And again, I'm not showing all of this seller's auctions. He has some incredible mint on cards for sale, all graded, all very, very high grade. So make sure to go check out neatstuffcollectibles.com's other items for sale, seller's other items. This one is a beautiful 12 back C R2-D2 clear blister AFA 80, 80, 80, 85 are the sub-scores. It is a punched example with no price sticker. Absolutely stunning. Right now, that one's at $840. That one ends, all of these actually end, I believe, Sunday evening at 9:30-ish Eastern Time. So that one is a beauty. Here are, you can see I've got a bunch of items to go through here. Here is a 20 back G that the same seller has, AFA 85 for Chewbacca. Again, clear blister. And it's a stunner. It does have the label up top. Straight 85s. Straight 85s. Very tough to find that one. Clear blister. 20 back G Chewbacca. That one's at $565 right now and ends Sunday evening. Brian's, and again, go back and check out Neat Stuff Collectibles because there's some other items that are available. I didn't include all of them, but he has a bunch of them out there. Next up, we've got a 77 back A AFA 75 plus yellow blister Boba Fett. It does have a price sticker in the upper right-hand corner. It is also a punched example, but it's a 75 plus. Boba Fett mint on cards, as you guys know, if you've been watching my channel long enough, prices have come back down to earth. So I actually think now is a great time to buy a Boba Fett mint on card if that's what you're wanting, because prices are well down, 50% or more for Boba Fett's. For whatever reason, I can't explain it, but prices have come back down to earth. This one right now is at $10.55. I don't think this one will hit $1,500. I think it'll sell somewhere between $1,200 and $1,300 is my guess. But Brian's Toys has that for sale at auction, 75 plus. And that one ends Sunday afternoon, at 5:30 p.m. Eastern time. Now we're going to dig in, I think, to coming back to Neat Stuff Collectibles. I knew I had one more. Neat Stuff Collectibles has this one. Now, I want to preface this by saying that this is a Toy Tony, okay? And if you follow my channel, you know what Toy Tonys are. A guy named Tony took overstock card backs, overstock blisters, and then assembled them after the fact with near mint plus condition figures. So these are not factory assembled mocks, but some of them did make it through grading with AFA and UKG. This is one of those. This is a German General Mills card back for Han Solo, graded AFA 85. Again, it's an 85, 90, 85, but the grades don't really matter because it is a Toy Tony. Now, the seller, I don't think, disclosed that. Maybe he doesn't know that, but I can tell you and I can promise you that this is a Toy Tony. But as a result of that, they go for a lot less money. This one's at $305, and I know a number of you have mentioned that you would like to pick up a Toy Tony just to have one in the collection. And it's just rare to find these German General Mills card backs anyway. So I think this would be a nice example to pick up if that's what you're into. It's at $305. I expect it to sell for between $500 and $600. It could go higher because it is one of the main characters. And typically for Toy Tony General Mills card backs, they do go for a little bit more money when they are one of the main characters. So take that for what you will, but it's only at $305 right now. I expect it to sell for between $500 and $600, but that was the other one that I had. I just had them out of order when I assembled this video together. Neat Stuff Collectibles also has an AFA 85 20 back A Han Solo, and this one's not a Toy Tony, so you can expect this one to go for big money. This is a punched example, clear blister, no price sticker, an absolute stunner for Han Solo Big Head. This one's at $735, so good luck on those auctions, because if you're into getting some high grade early card backs or some grails, Neat Stuff Collectibles has some real gems available for sale. Now we're going to be digging into Jeff's Collectibles Empire. He has some factory sealed playsets, creatures, and vehicles that are absolutely amazing. They are all ungraded. They are all at auction, and they are some big boy items. Now, the quality or the condition of them varies. So, keep that in mind. Make sure you zoom in on the photos. And again, I did not include all of the items that he has at auction right now. So go check out the other inventory after clicking on one of my links. But this is the factory sealed Ewok battle wagon for the Power of the Force line. We know how valuable this one is. This one is factory sealed and in overall really great shape. I think this one would probably get a 75 plus grade if you decided to grade it. This is a very expensive item, even loose, complete, and ungraded. But this one is factory sealed. Right now, the bid is only $102.50. These auctions just went live last night, so I'm including them now while they're early in the bidding process. But that is a beautiful Ewok battle wagon. All of these auctions for these factory sealed playsets, vehicles, and creatures end Tuesday evening. So they end on a weird time frame, all right? Tuesday evening at 9:48 Eastern time. They don't end on a Sunday, so maybe you get lucky and you get some good deals on them. So there's the battle wagon. Next up, we've got the battle-damaged X-Wing fighter on the Return of the Jedi packaging. So this is a stunner as well. Light creasing to the box. Probably, again, about a 75 grade would be my guess on this one. Just some light edge wear and things like that, but it is factory sealed. That one's only at $102.50. That one ends Tuesday. All of these end Tuesday. Here is the Droids A-Wing fighter. Factory sealed. Factory sealed. And again, this one's got a big crease on the box. Probably why he decided not to get it graded. So this one probably grades out at about a 70 would be my guess on this one. So I'm just trying to give you an idea of where they would grade in case you're interested in what their condition looks like. These are only graded guesses, okay? I can't confirm it. But I can tell you that I bought from Jeff's Collectible Empire many times. He is an awesome seller. I know him on Facebook. He's a friend of mine on Facebook. and always has really nice gems for sale. So this one's at auction. He's got probably the greatest personal collection you've ever seen in the world. And when I say the world, I'm not exaggerating. It's probably the greatest collection in the world. But this one is a beauty. A-Wing droids fighter, A-Wing fighter for the droids packaging. This one is only at $100. And then he also has the Power of the Force Tatooine skiff. Again, the box is in a little bit rough condition. Probably a 60 or a 70 grade for the box, but it is factory sealed. So it's going to go for a lot of money is my guess. That one also is only at $102.50 as of the making of this video. But I've got the big one. Here's the big one. This is how we're going to end things. This is a factory sealed Millennium Falcon on the Return of the Jedi packaging. I think this one has an outside chance at an 80 grade. At worst, it's probably a 75, okay? So that's my guess on the grade. It does have a scratch on the back, so that could hold things down a little bit. But structurally, the box is in really great shape. It gets a 75 easily, potentially in a low 80, but, you know, to be safe, probably budget on a 75. And again, this one's only at $105.50 right now. So get your bids in early before they end Tuesday evening of next week. But check out also the other items for sale. He's got sealed mini rigs. He's got some creatures like the dewback. I think he's got a few other gems like Darth Vader's TIE Fighter, TIE Advance, things like that. All of them factory sealed. So just an absolutely awesome collection that he picked up, and he's doing us all a favor. I mean, he's a big friend of the toy community. He could overprice these and list these in buy it now situations, but he's putting them all at auction and letting the market decide what they're worth. So I hope you enjoyed this look at items that are for sale on eBay. Good luck on these auctions, and be sure to use the eBay links to help out the channel. Thanks as always for watching, and I'll be back soon.